Hey survivors, welcome to my channel. This is Survival Specialist. In this video, we're going to look at 10 quick tips to get you jump started in 7 Days to Die. Now, this video takes about 20 minutes long, and that's only because I've actually demonstrated everything that I talk about. Hopefully that will make things easier. Alright you guys, before we get started here, there are going to be a few guide videos that I will refer to in this video. Now, some of them have already been made, some of them will be made in the future, and you can find them from the playlists in my channel under guides videos. As I said before guys, I'm Survival Specialist. You can follow me on Instagram, on Facebook. We have a Discord channel you can join. If you enjoy this video guys, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you want some more 7 Days to Die content, you can check out my channel, and if you like what you're seeing, consider subscribing to my channel. So let's get started here guys. Tip number 1, complete the beginner quests. In case you have not figured it out yet, here's how you do it. First of all, you'll need to know that you can access your crafting menu by clicking on tab. Next, you can gather fibers by punching the grass. Wood by punching the dried up plants or trees. And small stones directly from the ground. To upgrade a frame, all you need to do is hold right click on it. I know these look like basic tutorial elements which you want to skip, but you shouldn't. Once you get these quests done, you will receive 4 skill points. These will be very important in keeping you alive if used correctly. And also, you'll be directed towards a trader. This is a big one. You want to know where the trader is for sure. By the way, in case you didn't know, the bedroll determines where you respawn if you die, which you will many times. But yeah, place that bedroll where you are, and if you move somewhere else, then craft a new one and place it there. Last one you place is the one that counts. Which quickly brings us to tip number 2, using those aforementioned 4 skill points. If you press tab and open your skills tab from the graduation cap looking icon here, you will find several skill trees. Now, if you want detailed information on the skills, you can read them from inside the game, or you can watch my perks and skills guide video from the top right corner. I humbly suggest that you use these points in abilities that will increase your chances of survival. There are several good candidates, such as the ones under the fortitude tree. If you go towards the bottom, you'll find pain tolerance, which decreases your chances of getting stunned by zombies, a very good thing. Healing factor, which will help you regain HP when you miss some. Iron gut, reduces the amount of the food and the water you use. Rule number 1 cardio, your stamina regenerates when you run, so you can run farther. And also, under strength, sexual Tyrannosaurus is good for reduced stamina usage when you use melee weapons. There are many other routes that you can follow, but as a beginner, these will hopefully give you a fighting chance. Which brings us to tip number 3, how to fight the zombies efficiently. I mean, you gotta remember guys, times are tough. You gotta keep your social distance, especially if it is zombies that we're talking about. You want to fight the zombies from a distance, if possible. To allow that, in the early game, you want to utilize your primitive bow and arrow. Just left click, aim with your right click, and loose. Headshots deal a lot more damage no matter what the weapon. Aim at the head if you can. One thing you need to know about melee weapons is that you can left click for normal attacks, like this, or you can right click for power attacks, like this. Clearly, the power attacks deal a whole lot more damage than left click, but they also drain your stamina much faster. Just a quick comparison here, when you left click with the wooden club, you can see that the stamina drain is a little, whereas with the right click, it's a lot more. These values can be seen listed here in the details for the weapon. Alright, so I want to take a moment here and talk to you about the stone spear. The spear has a very good reach when you use the left click. Use it. It will help you greatly. And in addition, with the right click, you can throw the spear at the enemy. Grab it back real fast by clicking E, from a distance as well, and throw again. Rinse and repeat until your foe is vanquished. I want to repeat myself here, guys. Right click is power attack. Drains stamina fast. I suggest you keep your eye on that stamina bar. If you got no stamina, you will not be able to keep your social distance. One last note. The stone sledgehammer is good too, both in distance and damage. Keep that in mind. Before we move into anything else, here's a very important survival/cheese trick that will help you in almost anything you do in 7 days to die. Tip number 4, nerd polling. This is an incredibly simple but vital trick that can help you save your life or get in or out of a building when you cannot find the entrance or the exit. Okay, get some wood, craft some wood frames, put them in your toolbar, jump up, and quickly put a frame down where you stood. Again, and again, and repeat until infinity. Don't worry, it will not collapse unless a block is removed or broken, because the game has infinite vertical stability. This leads us into the next tip. Tip number 5. Early on, run away from wild animals. Survey your surroundings at all times. I cannot emphasize the importance of this. And if you see a wild animal, such as a bear, a wolf, a dire wolf, a coyote, a mountain lion, a zombie dog, run. There is a chance you can kill some of these animals if you've acquired a firearm of some sort. But right now, as we're making this video, some animals, especially bears, are really buff, and they can kill you with ease. Let's say you are out of stamina and you couldn't run and you do not have appropriate weapons either. Well, tough luck. But as a last resort, you can try to nerd pour yourself up a few blocks. Maybe allowing yourself to get some stamina back, but be aware, like we said before, if the bottom block's gone, the pole will collapse. What's better is to nerd pole yourself right next to an already existing building or wall. This way, your frames will get supported by the wall and you won't fall down even if the bottom blocks are gone. Thus, you will have the time to get your stamina back up and possibly run away. You could alternatively try to make your way to the top of the building, but you gotta remember, most buildings are full of zombies in 7 days. So, do not jump out of the frying pan straight into the fire. Maintain your position if you can. Tip number 6. Crouch and sneak around the enemy. Crouching puts you into sneak mode. If you do not want to get detected by zombies and animals, you can instantly crouch as soon as you see them. Now, sneak walking is slow, and how much you are heard or perceived is indicated by that yellow bar on the bottom left corner of the screen. If it is low, that's good. They don't see you. So what you want to do is basically, as soon as you see the enemy, go ahead and crouch. Go backwards a little, then stand up and either make a large circle around the enemy or run backwards. If you keep your distance, you will not be outgrowing the enemies. Remember people, social distancing is key. Alright, so far you have a bow and some arrows a stone spear or a stone sledgehammer, wooden frames for nerd polling, you know how to avoid animals or zombies, you use your skills wisely, so what's next? Tip number 7. Go to the trader. Trader is your best friend in this game. I am not exaggerating, and possibly your guarantee to survival. Traders were important in previous alphas, but with Alpha 19, they became the center of the game in my opinion. First of all, when you walk into the trader, make sure that you close the door behind you. You do not want zombies, or worse, to wander in after you. The walls and blocks of the trader cannot be broken, so don't worry if there are zombies attacking from the outside. They are not gonna make it through. I know exactly what you're thinking right now. No, you cannot make the trader your base. Here's why. The trader opens at around 6 a.m. and closes before 10 p.m. You cannot go in before 6 a.m. and you will get kicked out before 10 p.m. So no chance of staying in. But you can loot this guy's place and he won't even care. So go ahead, steal his shit. Here's an important one. Traders have all the workstations. However, usually only one, or maybe, if you're lucky, 2 of these will be operational. Rest will be broken. This is very important since if you find yourself an operational workstation, you could use the one at the traders until you're able to craft your own. And also, keep in mind that there is a chance of finding the schematic for that type of workstation inside a broken one. In other words, there could be a forge schematic inside the broken forge, so if you read that, you will be able to craft your own. For better and detailed information about workstations, you can watch my guide on workstations, top right corner. Okay, now, let's talk about the trader himself.
What do you want?
Well, as the name suggests, you can trade with the trader. He has goods ranging from guns to armor to food, etc. You will need dukes, the in-game currency to buy things from the trader. Not to be confused with dollars, which can also be found in loot, but these are used as paper. The trader also has a secret stash that you can browse, which could possibly hold some higher tier goods. You can also sell stuff to the trader to make some dukes. The value of each item is indicated right here. Now, keep in mind that the trader restocks every 3 days. You can see when the next restock day is from the top bar here. So here it says restock on day 4, which means these items will not be here and will be replaced by different ones on day 4. Lastly, there is also a vending machine outside the trader's house which has some food and drinks. Now, this thing restocks every day. So this could really be your lifeline for food. And the vending machine sells food for a whole lot cheaper than the trader does. So use it. Buy the food when you can and be prepared for tougher times. Important note. Now, since Alpha 19, the new update, progression of items has been slowed down. Extremely. Your chances of finding a pistol or a shotgun early on is very low. Therefore, if you find a firearm at the trader for a decent price, you want to buy that. Keep that in mind, you guys. I know what you're thinking right now. I don't have any dukes. What is he going on about with this trading business and buying guns and food? Well, that brings us to tip number 8. Trader quests. Quickest way to make dukes and ammo. So if you go up to the trader and ask him if he's got any jobs, he will present you with 5 different quests every day. You can only take that particular quest on that day, but you can complete and return it at any time. Granted that you can only have one active quest from each trader. If you don't want to complete that quest, you can cancel it if you go to the quests tab, the exclamation mark here, and select the quest and then click cancel. So there are 3 different types
Listen
of
up,
quests.
jackass. You
Buried
want
supplies.
work? Then show some respect. I'd say it's been an honor to work with you, but it would be a lie.
Dig and find a box from inside the circle. Usually, the box is accompanied with some food and drinks, which is great at early game. Clear areas, killing all the zombies inside a building.
Hey, jerk, you need to don't just...
If you pay attention, the red dots upon the compass will mark where the zombies are, making your job a whole lot easier. And third,
The name's
fetch
Jenny,
quests,
but you
where
can
you
call
have to
me
find
Dr.
a
Jen.
satchel for
We
the
always
trader
need someone to
from
handle the
inside a
phone.
building. The satchel will be marked with a yellow sign, and if there is an arrow pointing upwards, that means it's on the upper level and vice versa, indicating where exactly to find the satchel. Keep in mind, there's also a mix of clear areas and fetch,
Wow,
which
I didn't
means you
think
get
you
to
had
do
it in
both
you.
in
Good
one
job.
building. By the way, the numbers next to the quests in meters or kilometers indicate how far the quest is. Needless to say, complete the closer ones early since you do not have a vehicle. Tip number 9. Where to spend the night. Hopefully, so far, you found your sea legs and managed to get through some of the things we've mentioned without dying. If you did, that's okay. We all died many times before we got used to the game, and sometimes we still do. But you can significantly reduce your chances of dying if you do not go out at night in the early game. So find a house, kill the zombies, board it up, move in, and place your bedroll. Stay crouched for the duration of the first few nights, and try to be quiet, especially if you're hearing zombies from the outside. Now, my suggestion would be to move into a house close to the trader. As we have demonstrated, the trader is central in ensuring your survival. You could also find some more information about best starter houses from my guide video. Again, top right corner. And that brings us to tip number 10. Your inventory matters. If you look at your inventory, you will see that only a certain proportion is free. The rest is marked with a person who has got a heavy load on his back. If you have filled these free slots and started putting items in these other slots, then you will be encumbered. The more items you put in these slots, the more encumbered you will be. So in other words, putting one item is not that bad, but putting 10-12 items will not work in your favor. When you are encumbered, your stamina will drain very fast, and this will make you vulnerable to attacks, and also you will get hungry much faster too. So try avoiding from being encumbered. So you may ask, well, is there a way of freeing up these marked slots? Yes, there is. You can craft pocket mods, which can be placed in your clothes, like your shirt. Let's take a quick look here. Alright, so this is a pocket mod. So what you do is select the clothing, click on modify, take the modifier, and put it in the allowed box here. Or you can hold shift and click. So each of these pocket mods will open up one more encumbered slot. There's the kind that opens up 2, but you will need a recipe for that. In addition, there are storage mods which can be placed in your armor, such as your chest armor, that will open up spaces too. Alternatively, you can level up Pack Mule, which opens 3 slots at every level. I know I said 10 tips, but real quick, I got 3 more. To transfer things between different boxes, hold shift and left click. You do not have to drag and drop. Second one, keep things organized. Make a lot of chests and separate foods, guns, ammo, etc. into different boxes. Spare the time to stay organized. And finally, do not eat broken glass. You will suffer a horrible death. We've all done it. Alright guys, so that concludes our video here. I hope I was helpful without being boring. If you like this video guys, go ahead and leave a like. If you've got any comments or questions, you can leave those down below. I reply to everyone. If you're looking for some content, like I said before, go check out my channel. You'll find some entertaining content there. And if you like that, consider subscribing to my channel. This is it for the moment guys. Until next time, you stay alive.